Hey there everyone, welcome back to my channel or welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are going to see how to create a simple Hello World program in C++. This is the part 2 of the CPP or C++ beginner series. So let's just create a new project. And before that, you have to have Visual Studio and any other text editor like VS Code or something. So if you don't have that set up, then I have a video for installing Visual Studio, and I will make a video for VS Code really soon. So you can check those out to set up C++ in your projects and after all on your computers, and after that you can create a new project. So click on this button. This will create a new project, or it will rather show you the list of all the possible types of projects you can create. So these are multiple types of projects you can create, such as JavaScript projects, Python projects, a web project, or a project for Windows, Linux, Mac OS, console, etc., etc. So you can select one of these. What we want is a C++ project. So out of all these, it's pretty hard to actually filter out C++, right? I mean, we have that there, but just so you know, you can actually click on this button and you can select a language that you want, like that, just like that. So what we need is C++. You can also select C sharp if you want. There we go. You can try C++ this time. So we need C++, and you can leave this alone. So we have this empty project type, so we need to create a project of an empty C++ project. Basically we have to create that. I'm going to rename this one as CPP tutorial series. Okay, and we have the project name as that, and see how it actually copies the name to the solution name. So if you don't know what a solution and a project is, then I'm going to tell you that in just a while. Now just make sure that this button is actually unchecked. Now let's click on create. There we go. And this can actually take like 15 seconds or even 20 seconds on some machines if your computer is a little slow, but for most of the time it should take less than 5 seconds. Now we have a solution CPP tutorial series and a CPP tutorial series project. So what a solution is basically a collection of different projects, and a project is just collection of one executable file. Basically it's one executable project, right? So I can add multiple projects here and I can execute them. They're independent projects, and solution is basically like a folder for projects. um, and everything that is displayed, like the hierarchy right now, is displayed in the solution explorer. So now we want to create a C++ file. So the C++ extension is .cpp. You can see that on the screen right now. So we have these three filters. These are not folders, so you can actually see. You can right click on this, open folder in File Explorer. You can see that we don't really have anything like header files, ISO files, or source file folders, but we have these three files. So this is just your project file. These are the filters. Basically this is the filter data. That's why it's really small. And this is the user information. So in the source files, you have to right click now and click on add a new item. If you don't know what source, header and resource means, then it's okay. For now you can actually skip that part and you can just create a new file. What we want is basically a simple application up and running which we can understand. So I'm just going to give this file a name of main. Now click on add and it should open up the CPP file in Visual Studio. So now I'll just quickly write up some code for an Hello World program, and I will then show you what it does, and then we'll break it down line by line. Okay, I messed up that. Give me a second. There we go. So not get chat, it's get chat. So what is going on? What's that freaky syntax, right? We are using symbols and stuff. What does it do? We can just click on this button to run this particular file, or rather run this particular project, right? So this basically runs the entire project. You can just click on this and this will run the entire project. This will open up a console window for you or a terminal window for you according to your system, and this will print out hello world. Basically what's inside these codes will be printed. So you can change this and you can say, hey there, I am a computer, right? And there we go. The computer tells us that he or she is a computer. It is a computer. Now let's break this code down line by line. So firstly we have hashtag include IOStream. Hashtag include, as it has this hashtag in the front of it, it is the preprocessor directive, which means like while in the compile time, if you don't know what a compiler is, you can check out the first video of this series. So basically in the compile time, when the compiler does its thing, these preprocessor directives actually processed at that time. So what hashtag include specifically does is basically takes the contents of this IOStream file. So you can just press control, hold down control and click on this file to open it up, right? As you can see, there we go. It's like a side file editor. So you have quite a bit of lines, like 73 to be exact, and you don't need to understand any of this. What I'm really trying to show here is that you have this file, and what this does is basically takes this entire content, the entire thing, just copies it and pastes it like this, right? This control C and control V, that's what it does basically, right? That's literally, that's what it does. Now we can, if we press the play button, then as you can see we get the exact same output. Yes, it's the exact same thing, because hashtag include actually just includes this entire thing into our project. It basically replaces it in compile time while it's being compiled. I hope that's clear. If it's not, you can always ask me in the comments. I'm literally always free. I don't have anything else to do. I should get a life actually to be honest. Never mind. Next we have int main. Int main. So basically int means integer in C++, and main means it's main, right? It's the thing. So basically int main gets called, basically int main, the int main is being executed when the C++ program is executed. So this is the default function which will be executed at first, and if you don't know what a function is, then we'll look into functions later, but you can also always relate it with mathematical functions, like which take an input and do some processing and give you an output. That's what basically functions are. So we have this int main function. You don't need to understand what int main is just yet. So we have this int main, and then we have these curly braces which basically define the area of this main function. So basically whatever's inside these curly braces will get executed when the program is run. And then C out means console out, so we are printing something onto the console or outputting something onto the console, and we are then feeding in this text. So this quotation marks basically means that this is a text, and basically we're feeding this into this C out to say it that yeah, you have to print this, right? You can actually have multiple of these. So you can actually say that, and then you can say here I'm a computer. Let's just add something like I am 2 years old. Okay, and there you go. It like correctly prints this out and this out. See that there's no space between them because we don't have a space, right? Like in the beginning or the end. So you can always just add a space like that, and there we go. So you can actually, just to show, you can have multiple of these. So let's just stick to one right now. So you have that, and in the next line we have this get char. So get char is again another thing that you don't need to understand right now. Get char, basically what it does is basically it stops it basically formally what it does is gets input from the user, like a single character from the user, but basically what it also does, it stops basically the console window from exiting, because when we press this button, as you can see, it's actually waiting for an input. It's just waiting for an input. We can actually type like that. So it will be forever stuck waiting for an input until you press enter, which will close it. That's the actually use of getchar. You just move that and there we go, it just starts and closes immediately. That's why we just use getchar at the end of our programs. But for now, for this video, that's it, and I'll meet you in the next one. But before you go, please make sure to leave a like, and I'll see you in the next one. That's it for today, and I'm out.